Hi everybody, this is Bill from EOT Pro, and I'm here to tell you about Bill's Arrows version 4.26. These are new arrows that we've just released with several other enhancements over Bill's Arrows 4.1. Bill's Arrows version 4 were originally designed to be used on other markets, and you can just take them off of one chart, put them on another chart of the British pound or the euro or the DAX or whatever you want to trade. They were designed to be fully adaptive. But Bill's Arrows 4.26 has some other enhancements over 4.1. First came Bill's Arrows version 4, where you could put them on any market. Then came Bill's Arrows 4.1, where we tied in the chop indicator. Then came Bill's Arrows 4.26, where we've added these other enhancements. I'm going to talk to you about them now. Here you can see with Bill's Arrows 4.26, number one, the primary entry arrows are the yellow ones. Primary entry arrows are yellow. That's the number one enhancement. We didn't want you to get in too late in the move. Our clients still wanted to see the arrows for continuation's sake, so we turned them gray. But we gave you the ability to adjust how far after the swing low do you want the arrow to be yellow. We gave you the ability to adjust that. So if it's too far away from the low, like this one, if it's too far away from this low, you probably don't want to get in because the arrow is fired too late. The arrow's fired too late. Here's another long signal here where the arrow just fired just a little bit too late, and so most of that move has already happened. You always have to work under the assumption that the market isn't going to move very far in your direction. And so Bill's Arrows 4.26 really try to get you into the move early. Really try to get you into the move early. Not that distance is adjustable from the swing highs and from the swing lows. Another thing that we did was we added a few filters into these arrows that weren't in Bill's Arrows version 4.1. Of course, the chop detection. You can see when it's red, the market's sideways choppy. You can turn the chop detection on and off as usual. There's no difference there. And you can adjust the chop detection settings to make it more sensitive or less sensitive. And you can turn them on and off in the arrows or just plot the indicator on your screen, whichever you choose. Another filter that we use is Bill's smoothing for the arrows. It's based on Shelley's volume, and it's a number between 1 and 10. 1 means no smoothing, 10 means a lot of smoothing. And the smoothing will stop the arrows from plotting on these little pullbacks. Stop arrows plotting on little pullbacks. Stop arrows plotting on little pullbacks. You can adjust it to whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you don't want to have a lot of counter trend arrows, turn the smoothing up a little bit from 1 to 2 or 3 or 4. It's fully adjustable for you to do that. The next enhancement that we made was we tied in bar time. Our bar time indicator down here at the bottom of the screen is a cycle adjusted bar time. It's not a normal bar timing indicator, but we are measuring here in this case, we are looking at 4 tick range bars on ES. Each bar is exactly 4 ticks tall, same height as the one before. And this bar timer down here is just looking at how many minutes does it take for a bar to form. And you can see at the end of the day on Friday, you can see the bars were taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Really, at the end of the day, it was taking 6 minutes in here, a very long time to form. And we found that that's not really an optimum time to trade. If you choose to filter the arrows with bar time, you can. You can enable the bar time to true, and you can tell the arrows, I don't want you to plot if the bar time is over 3 minutes, for example. You can use that as a filter as well. We also gave you the ability to, since the arrows look at the swing highs and the swing lows to determine how far away you are from them, to determine how far you want to plot a yellow arrow in. So within, let's say, 10 ticks of the swing high, you want to see a yellow arrow, and anything after 10 ticks, you don't. Well, that's an adjustable input, as I mentioned. Another adjustable input is how sensitive and how quickly you want to plot swing highs and swing lows on your chart. We gave you the ability to make it very quick. So, for example, we can plot a swing low here, a swing high here, and a swing low here, and we can forget this little pullback. This can be all considered one move. Let me just make that change on my chart just so you can see. We'll go to plot cycle input, and we'll change that from 5 to something like 8. Okay. And you can see now that this is just considered one move. Whereas before we may have had a yellow arrow here because there was a dot here. So that yellow arrow is within 10 ticks of the dot. Now it's not because the dots, the swing highs and the swing lows are much less sensitive to turns, are much less sensitive to pullbacks. So we gave you a lot of adjustability and a lot of ability to tune the arrows to the way that you want them to be. Bill's Arrows 4.26, available for NinaTrader, Tradestation, Multicharts, and Esignal. Um, Thank you very much for listening, everybody. And there's several other movies on YouTube as well that go over these inputs much more in detail. Visit our website, eotpro.com. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.